Welcome to the Through the Lens of Learning podcast. If we haven't met, hello, I'm your host, Dr. Tracy Schroyer. I'll give you 2 words that summarize me to a T: lifelong learner. Join me as I share a bit about my own journey of curiosity, learning, and wonder. You'll also get to hear from some phenomenal individuals on what they're curious about learning and what they have to share too. Are you itching with excitement yet? I am, so let's get started. Welcome back to Season 5, Episode 5 of the Through the Lens of Learning podcast. And I just want to share with you briefly that this episode and this season is dedicated to helping you navigate the challenges and opportunities of the current economic climate through personal and professional development. And in this final episode of this season, I will share with you more about taking action and the importance there, as well as reflection and review and how critical that is to do that, as well as celebrate your successes, which is something that we often forget or skip over and move on to the next thing. So with that, let's dive in. So the first thing is related to taking action. So it is so important to take action to achieve your professional development goals, for any goals, really. You could lay out a plan. You can think about what you want to do. You could think about your goals. And if we think about New Year's resolutions, we can lay out, here's what I want to do. But if we are not smart about how we go about laying that out and actually taking the initiative and taking action and doing something, basically, if we remain and we sit on the struggle bus, or we have a case of the shoulds, we should have done this, we should have done that, if we don't do anything, then we're never going to get anywhere. We're never going to make progress. We're never going to have change. We're never going to have growth. So we need to not only say, this is what I want to do, but we also need to move forward and take action to get there. So some of the things that you can do, one thing is when you set a goal, sometimes it's completely overwhelming and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to achieve this? Like I'm biting off more than I can chew kind of thing. So it's so important in order for you to start to take action that you break down your goals into smaller steps. You can create milestones, and I have talked before about my PhD program and that being a goal of working through that, and have identified in past posts about breaking that down for a SMART goal. But looking at the bigger milestones or the chunks of work as being my coursework, first was identifying a university to go to, completing my coursework, completing the comprehensive exams, working through the dissertation pieces, up to defense. And so those were there was, maybe 3 or 4 key milestones, but even for each of those milestones, sometimes it felt like it was a lot. So when I thought about my dissertation itself and working on that, that was a milestone. I had to break that out into smaller, achievable tasks, actionable tasks that I could take, so that I was able to, bite away at it little by little. So that helps, and that makes you feel like you're not just makes you feel, but you are taking progress, you are making progress, and it's not this big, huge, overwhelming thing, but you've broken it into bite-sized pieces, so that you can begin to make some traction on that. It's so important to make sure you're tracking your progress. I know a lot of people are very visual and be able to track their progress and see, where they want to go and where they are now. One of the things I know that someone had done, and this is a shout out to Anna, she was committing to work I think it was so many hours on her dissertation, in her case too. And so she made a huge thermometer chart for her wall, and her family could see that. And so when she spent, a certain amount of time, they would take a marker and kind of fill that in. And so she had a goal over a certain amount of time that, this is the focus that I want for right now. It didn't have to be the whole entire journey. It was that milestone or that piece within the journey, and being able to track that and see where you are and getting that encouragement and that support. It's also so important to celebrate your success, and we'll talk about that more here in just a minute. The other thing that I want to move on to is reflection and review. So One thing that in a product management or product centric teams do is they do something called a retrospective. And that retrospective enables all of the members of the team to really have an opportunity to voice feedback on how things went. What went well, what didn't go so well, what would you change for next time? In that particular instance, there's different ceremony they go through for a retrospective or a retro. But it's really the same concept here. So as you're working through your own professional development, your own journey, and that's not always going to be black and white, 100% laid out for you. For most people, it's not. It's you're learning as you go and you're tweaking and changing course where you need to. But definitely take some time to reflect. And this doesn't always mean that you need to journal. It can even just be a thinking, it could be meditation, it could be a lot of different things, talking with somebody else, gathering some feedback, or just sharing, what your experience has been. But what you should really do is make sure that you're taking some time ahead or taking some time apart from everything else, scheduling those regular moments where you're either doing whether it's journaling, whether it's reflection, talking with somebody, check-ins, things like that. It's really, really helpful too to during that reflection and review period, getting feedback from your peers, from your mentors, from your coaches, from managers, from individuals involved, or maybe even individuals that are a couple steps ahead of you in the journey that you're on. And then that helps you also in thinking about looking at your journey, that you're not starting at the start line, going to the finish line, and hoping that everything goes smoothly. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but the likelihood is that it's not going to be a smooth ride. There's going to be bumps. There's going to be roadblocks. So the opportunity to reflect and review is really allowing you to make adjustments and tweak and curve, and your goal is likely not going to change, but how you get to that goal may shift and change over time. And by having these periods of reflection and taking that time, it will allow you to not feel overwhelmed and everything build up over time, and it's exhausting and overwhelming when you get to the finish line and you may have done a lot of things wrong, or they may not have worked out, or maybe you never got to the finish line. So having these opportunities lets you really pause and think about, what might you tweak or change, or how might you adjust to get to where you're wanting to go. And with that, we're really just going to wrap up this episode with celebrating successes. So it's so important to not only celebrate your success when you get to that end goal and when you accomplish that end goal, but also those small tasks, those, probably medium-sized milestones, like celebrate along the way, because it can be really hard and really grueling to go through, especially if it's going to take you a long period of time to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. So it can be the smallest of things to celebrate your success. It could be a post on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, sharing something with individuals, sending a message to a coach, a peer, a mentor, a manager, things like that, to share and to help get that celebration as well. It could be treating yourself to something special. So maybe there's something you've been eyeballing, or it's even going out, getting an ice cream cone, like something as small as that to, something even bigger. And then just making sure that you're sharing that success with others. And it is perfectly acceptable to share that it's not been a beautiful road with rainbows and unicorns, all the way from start to finish. That you had struggles along the way, and maybe you didn't, and that is awesome as well. But just to really share and get others to help you celebrate your success along the road, that will go a long, long way to ensuring that you are motivated and you have that morale to keep you energized to move closer and closer towards your goal. So with that, I just want to really thank you for listening to this episode and to this podcast season. I want to also encourage you to continue your development journey. And you can do that by joining this new community that's coming out called the Learning League. So if you join the Learning League community, you're going to get so much more out of your development journey. So let me share a little bit more with you about the Learning League. All right. So if you're looking for a community of like-minded professionals who are committed to learning and development, you need to look no further than the Learning League. So our community is designed to help you navigate organizational change, to achieve your professional development goals, and connect with others who share your passion for growth and development. At the Learning League, you'll have access to a range of resources and tools to help you grow and develop your skills. From personalized coaching to peer-to-peer support, we are here to help you take your career to the next level. With a supportive and collaborative community, expert insights, and actionable strategies, you'll have everything that you need to succeed. So here's what you can expect as a member of the Learning League. You'll have access to a supportive and collaborative community of like-minded professionals who are committed to learning and development via a private LinkedIn group. You'll have opportunities to connect with industry leaders, share your experiences and insights, and gain recognition of your achievements. You'll have access to personalized coaching and mentorship to help you achieve your development goals through monthly workshops and Q&A sessions. And you'll also have access to resources and tools to help you grow and develop your skills, including courses, webinars, and learning materials within the portal. At the Learning League, we believe that professional development is a lifelong journey, and we are here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're looking to advance your career, to navigate organizational change, or simply improve your skills and knowledge, we are here to help you. So join the Learning League and start growing your skills in your career. And with that, I will share that the Learning League will have an early bird special opening up on the morning of May 6th. So it's Saturday, May 6th, 2023. Early bird opportunities to join for $43 USD a month will open up on May 6th, 2023. That will close the afternoon of May 7th. So you will definitely want to make sure you get there and get on the early bird. The benefit to being on the early bird is that my first 10 individuals that join the early bird will get a 30-minute one-on-one coaching session with me. So you can read a little bit more about that on the website as we get closer to the May 6th date, but you'll get a 30-minute one-on-one with me, Dr. Tracy Schroyer, to talk more about your goals and what you're looking for with your professional development. You'll also get access to a 3-part confidence playlist, and that is where I go through and I talk more about boosting your confidence and some ways and some things to think about as you go to do that. So everyone who gets on the early bird will absolutely get that 3-part confidence playlist. The first 10 to sign up for early bird will get the a 30-minute one-on-one with me. And then the doors will open to everyone to join after that. Early bird closes the afternoon of the 7th. And I am super excited to work with and get to know individuals within the Learning League. And I am open to any questions that you have. If this is not the right time for you to join the Learning League, or it doesn't fit your budget now, I do encourage you to make sure that you join the VIP list, and that is completely free. And you can visit www.tracyschroyerphd.com and click to get the free 5 steps to build a solid professional development plan. That will add you to the VIP list, and you'll get access and early insights into future free and paid events. With that, thank you again for listening to this season, and I will talk with you soon. Bye. This podcast is brought to you by Tracy Schroyer, PhD, LLC. Learn more about what Dr. Tracy offers at www.tracyschroyer.com. yerphd.com. While you're there, sign up for the free 5 Steps to Build a Solid Professional Development Plan. Don't forget to subscribe and like the Through the Lens of Learning podcast here too. Thanks again for listening and have a great day.